Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I like motorcycles. It's been a career for me for the last 22 years, and I've owned a motorcycle shop. Owned a shop out in Los Angeles, and I currently own a shop here in Florida. We mainly focus on custom motorcycles. We do part fabrication, metal fabrication. I've been doing metal fabrication most of my life in one way or another. I took jewelry making courses from a very famous Japanese jeweler and made jewelry professionally for a while. I worked part-time at a junkyard when I was a little kid. And so I've been around metal, and I like metal. But I got into motorcycles organically, just as a hobby. That's how it all started for me. I just like to ride a motorcycle. I got a bike one year, kind of on a whim, rather impulsively. Just felt like something cool to do. And I fell in love with it. A lot of people do. And what they fall in love with, I can't speak for everyone, but most people, what they fall in love with isn't necessarily the fashion or the culture or the clubs or the bike nights or the poker runs. It's not really that. Some people love that. They really heavily identify with that. For me, I guess I feel less of a biker and more of a motorcycle enthusiast, because what I fell in love with was the experience on two wheels, of being open, on a bike. It's like being on a bicycle again when you're a kid, except for you're not pedaling and you're going 100 miles an hour. So there's thrill-seeking to it, but you're not wrapped in steel. You're not in a cage. When I'm riding down the street, I smell the smells around me. You don't in a car, even if you have your windows open. You know, I'm interacting with the environment, whereas you don't in a car. A car almost feels like a video game. You notice how in a car you can get from point A to point B without even really noticing it on your daily commute? We just kind of go into this operational mode, taking lefts and rights and stopping at intersections and multitasking and thinking about other stuff. And then next thing you know, we kind of just arrive at our destination. And that happens to me a lot. But not on a motorcycle. Never on a motorcycle. On a motorcycle, you really pay attention to where you're going, just because there's this level of interaction with your environment. I find myself noticing things that I never would notice on a vehicle. A ride across town on a motorcycle may take less time than a car. But oddly enough, it feels like it's way longer. I could just drive 5 miles, just go across the bridge. In my car, it might feel like it takes 15 minutes. In my bike, it really only takes 10 minutes. I can get there quicker, but it feels like it takes a half hour. Just because you're noticing much more incrementally in front of you. You're looking at what's here, and instead of just kind of checking out. So it's an interesting experience. For those of you who've never ridden a motorcycle, you don't really get it. But it's an interesting practice of being in the here and now. And you have to have a heightened sense of awareness, because it's your life, it's dangerous. So instead of with a car, it feels like it's so safe, comfortable. We can have the radio going, looking at our cell phone, thinking about 3-4 different things. In the car, in the motorcycle, it's just you and the road. And for me, what happens, without even trying, within about 6 or 7 blocks, right away, I don't have to get far, all my thoughts, my self-talk, that mind chatter, all that bullshit that just goes, falls away. And all I'm thinking about is the road, the bike, the engine. I'm not even thinking about my destination. That's just in the back of my mind. Sometimes I don't have a destination. You don't do that in your car. I mean, people used to. When I was a kid, it was kind of fun. And me and my dad might jump in the car, jump in his truck, and go for a ride together. Just ride around, listen to the radio. And that was it. And that was kind of fun, but we don't really do that much anymore. Hey, you want to go for a drive? People don't really do that much, unless you have some kind of really kick-ass car that you love. on a motorcycle, you do that. But even if I have a destination, I'm not really so focused on it. I'm just focused on the journey. It's a good lesson to learn in life. I learn lessons on a motorcycle that I don't learn in a car. Transferable lessons. I'm all about transferable lessons. You can learn lessons all day long if you're looking for it. Your life becomes an amazing university. You're learning every day, having these just funny experiences where you're like, man, these wonderful realizations just from the simple things. One of the aspects of motorcycles which I've noticed that is different than cars, even if you have a really cool car, because I have a pretty cool customized truck. It's jacked up to the goddamn moon, big Dodge Ram truck, quad cab, custom wheels, and I mean, it's a lot of people are impressed by the truck. I'm kind of bored of it because I've had it for a long time, but when I roll up, people are like, whoa. I don't get a sense of feeling like I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet when I drive my truck. And I get attention. Women look at me and are like, ooh, nice truck, which is such a shallow, weird way. It's so strange that women do that. And I didn't ever get that attention when I had my little Honda Civic hatchback or my beat up Ford F-150. Thing was just trash. I got this big custom truck, this big black mean truck, and dudes are just like, hey bro. Chicks are just like, hi. It's so fucking fake. That kind of thing happens on bikes too, but when I'm on my motorcycle and I get a few blocks away from the house, I got big old handlebars on it, which I like. I get a sense of confidence that I don't normally experience, that I don't normally feel. We can let our anxieties take us away from our strength, not even knowing. You may think that you're just plotting and scheming on your day, trying to make sure that your day goes well. Instead, what you've been doing all day is going through anxiety attacks. I notice everything from my posture to my breathing to the muscles. Tension leaves my body, my face, my neck, my shoulders, all that leaves. I relax when I'm on the motorcycle. My chest is out, my shoulders are back. I feel like I'm the fucking strongest, toughest guy ever. Not better than others, but apex predator, warrior king. I feel dominance. I feel alpha and strong, and it comes naturally. It's not something that's forced. It just comes naturally. You can take an emasculated loser, Pee Wee Herman, put that motherfucker on my Road King, let him ride around the block, and he'll step off it like he's a fucking Hell's Angel, like he's bad as shit. I think there's value in experiencing that level of confidence and getting rid of some of your hang-ups on a daily basis. And people who are weak listening to this right now may think I'm talking about an experience of indulging in ego. I'm not. I'm talking about an experience of letting go of your fear, letting go of your hang-ups and your pain and your frustration and all the bullshit that society causes you to go through or that you go through because of society. And you become who you truly are by letting go of all of it. You're flushing the toilet of all the shit in your mind. You're to mix metaphors, you're wiping the chalkboard clean. It's like you become who you really are, who you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a warrior king. You're supposed to be a bad motherfucker. That's who you are. Go get a motorcycle. Find out who you are. Thanks for watching.